Funding and support for this project has been provided by the State of Washington Department of Labor and Industries Safety and Health Investment Projects.
On behalf of the Washington Wine Industry Foundation and Labor and Industries, we would like to welcome you to Safety for Small and Medium-Sized Wineries, a Labor and Industries SHIP grant project. It is our goal to introduce you to some of the regulatory requirements to keep you and your employees safe within your winery. We hope you enjoy. Welcome to our video on being prepared for workplace emergencies. We want you to get the most out of these training videos. Just sit back and listen to the presentation, as all of this information is available at winerywise.org under Winery Safety. During this presentation, we hope you learn what your requirements are for preparing for workplace emergencies, the associated written program and training requirements that apply to all wineries.
Labor and Industries provides standards for maintaining a safe work environment, maintaining a workplace that is free from hazards, and preparing for an emergency response. The standards can be found at the Labor and Industries website located at www.lni.wa.gov or through a quick internet search for Washington State Labor and Industries.
To keep your workplace safe, all winery employees, including temporary employees, should be provided documented training on emergencies that could arise within your winery. This can be a section or chapter within your accident prevention plan. Your written program and the documented training should include emergency recognition, or how to identify emergencies that could arise within your winery, evacuation and exit routes, how to identify exit routes within your winery and the location of your evacuation gathering location, how to alert other employees that there is an emergency. For example, how to activate an air horn or a pull station. Details on quick actions to take for shutting down processes or closing emergency valves to prevent the incident from increasing in severity. Instructions on how to use and the location of emergency equipment. This could include pull stations, air horns, fire extinguishers, first aid kits, and emergency eye wash stations.
It is also important to inspect your facility to ensure that all of your lighting and emergency equipment are fully operational at all times. Inspect exit routes to make sure they are kept clear and fully accessible at all times. Inform contractors of what to do in the event of an emergency and where the emergency evacuation location is. Make sure you cover all types of emergencies that could occur within your winery. And be sure to keep a log of the contractors who are working on site and have them sign in and sign out each day they're working at your winery. And also be sure that you post your written program for all of your employees to review.
Some wineries may be subject to further emergency response requirements. This applies if your employees could become involved in an uncontrolled release of a hazardous substance. Use the flow chart in WAC 296, 824, 100 to determine if this applies to you.
If you do determine that the further emergency response requirements apply to you, then you will need to ensure that your employees who are participating in emergency response are appropriately trained for their assigned duties. This includes training, certification, and retraining. Provide and document medical surveillance that is specific to your emergency response. Conduct and manage emergency response operations so employees are protected from hazardous substances. Responders must be able to recognize emergencies and initiate response. Implement and maintain an incident command system. Make sure the incident commander oversees the activities during the response. And use the buddy system in danger areas. Also provide rescue and medical assistance. Provide personal protective equipment and make sure it's used properly. And finally, do take the time to complete the response, decontaminate people and equipment, and complete a review of your response. Discuss what went well and what could be improved upon.
Here are some common chemicals found in a winery: concentrated acids, concentrated bases, ammonia, and sulfur dioxide.
We hope you've increased your safety knowledge from this video and that you'll take this information back to your winery to help make it the safest place that it can possibly be. While every effort was made to ensure the accuracy of the information presented here, it is nonetheless the responsibility of each winery owner to ensure that their safety protocols and safety training are consistent with their own winery operations. Thank you for your time.